Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to another NerdTube fan film reaction. This week, you'll notice we have a little bit more fan film reactions coming out because you know what? We recorded, as you saw earlier in the week, we recorded a fan film starring Emma Thorne. It was kind of a slice of life episode. Sam, of course, hated it because he hates everything slice of life. Kidding. And so we decided, you know what? And actually, a fan film starring Emma Thorne just came out over the weekend, right after we recorded. So we were like, you know what? Let's just do all three of them. And so this week is Emma Thorne week. Bossman is also very familiar with Emma Thorne. He has plenty of her in his spank bank. But anyway, with all that being said, Gary, how are you doing today?
I definitely don't, but thank you. But yes, I know who she is. Yes.
So yeah, and Zam. I'm sorry, sympathizer Zam. How are you doing down there?
Well, you just threw me under the fucking bus in this intro. I just want to say that what we saw earlier wasn't a slice of life. We do get those episodes. It was a slice of nothing. A slice of me going outside this room and then maybe taking a shit whilst on my phone and then coming back and sitting back down on this chair again without even wiping.
That's technically slice of life. Their home skillet.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, exactly.
It's a slice of what you eat, at least.
No, that's a slice of nothing. That's a slice of everyday.
So what we're going to do here is we are going to now watch the actual fan film that she is starring in. It's called Chaos at the Neutral Zone. It is by Power 543 Fan Film Studios. This video came out about 5 months ago, and it has 39,000 views on it. So this is part 2 of the Emma Thorne trilogy that we are doing this week. So with all that being said, I haven't even brought it up yet. So maybe I'll edit this out. Who knows? Maybe I won't. Okay, share audio and... All right, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Yeah.
There you go, right there, Sam. Right there in the back left corner. Donate to Sam Cockings.
I've run out of money, Sam. I hope you don't.
The Romulan Neutral Zone, established in 2162 as a way to maintain peace with the Romulan Star Empire, was something taught in every classroom across the quadrant. The war between the fledgling Federation and Romulan Empire is a cautionary tale, and the peace which has endured is of the utmost priority. The border of the Neutral Zone is itself a region of various interesting natural phenomenon. Starfleet ships are often tasked with a simultaneous watchful eye and science mandate. Maintaining peace is the priority of any Starfleet officer, and any incident on the border must be analysed and reported.
The Romulan Neutral Zone.
I'm a bit up for documentary.
My name is Ensign Laura Reed, Science Officer on the USS Indianapolis.
The real Slim Shady.
I actually graduated 4 months ago. Didn't imagine I'd be talking to Memory Alpha so quickly.
Don't come through us here,
Hi, Mom. Hi, Eric. Look, it's your famous sister.
The Indianapolis was tasked with continuing research on a red giant in the Ren
Memory Alpha.
The Vigilance had made the discovery, but with other assignments needing a Nebula-class
They're making a documentary, apparently,
the
on the Neutral Zone.
Indianapolis took over.
Wherever the best research is, I'm there. But when Commander
I thought it was
Sudan
a
said it was near the
Constitution
neutral
or
zone,
Constellation class was the
I got
Indianapolis.
nervous. My ancestor,
When did it become a Nebula
Malcolm
class?
Reed, served on the NX-01, fought in the war. After reading about Starfleet's new encounters with the Romulans in the
callback to
last few
Reed.
years, I would have loved to be on the other side of the quadrant, but
I want to know who's on the other side of this conversation.
6 years ago, the Romulans re-emerged with larger and more powerful ships, along with intentions to test the Federation's resolve. The Enterprise, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc
Very
Picard,
nice
was the first
re-rendering
to
of
encounter
that
this
scene.
new Romulan threat.
one thing that always confused me about the Romulans, if the end goal is peace, maybe have a family, be happy, then why throw stones? Why create conflict? What does expansion get you that peaceful cooperation doesn't?
Third Empire.
I know I'm looking at this through the Starfleet lens, but I want a unified galaxy. Naive, maybe, but I'm happy to dream. That's how we make change.
The
Should make a
Romulans'
good
advantage
Vulcan.
is their cloaking technology, and
Should
while
make a
other
good elf,
species have the
to be honest with
ability,
you.
the
Yeah.
Romulans were one
I
of
don't
the
think
first to
Vulcan
develop
what it
it.
is.
As such, their cloak is the most advanced, and monitoring the border for transgressors is a challenge.
I'd love to see inside one of those huge capital ships. Their quantum singularities, that's a marvel of technology. I don't think Starfleet's even close to a breakthrough on that stuff.
Sorry.
Let's hope that detention will be enough to get you to start acting like ladies.
Ready?
Yeah.
The Indianapolis was using its dedicated stellar gravimetric scanners.
There she
when we
is.
picked up a signal. It was a low-frequency
Constellation
emission,
class.
but the star's EM field seemed to have reflected and intensified it. We picked it up clear as day.
There are standing orders for any
Ooh, an
ship near the
ambassador
neutral zone
class.
that if any unusual readings are
Dude, Sam
detected,
Cockings is
to report
blowing
them
his
to
load
the
on
nearest
this one.
ship and investigate
Yeah.
with caution.
Well,
I mean,
don't
I am
know how-
too.
I just finished my duty
Just
shift
do something.
and had organised to play Tholian
Shoot a laser,
chess
something.
with Ensign Talan.
Do some.
She just
do
got the
some
12
sensory
leg
reading.
expansion.
Anything.
I was going to demolish her.
I want to know who the fuck
I
she's
felt the
talking
jump to
to.
warp, but
Herself.
It's
I
a
don't know.
documentary.
I thought we were done with the survey.
She's talking to
with
The
an
the
neutral
angle.
zone monitoring
Look,
stations
like,
ensure
her
scanning
angle
of the
that she's
zone is
talking to someone.
constant
She's not
and
talking to
robust.
the screen of full
It is a
breaking
never-ending
by
struggle
facing
to ensure
us.
technology
To
keeps
the
up
side.
with countermeasures.
Okay, well then you'll probably
Only
find out
once
at the
we
end.
dropped out of warp, it occurred to
Down.
me something was wrong.
I hope I'm wrong.
I got up and looked out the window. The kind of distances our ships travel, even at sublight, are vast. But I remember thinking, what's that green shape near the asteroid? Fourth from the right. I wish I could have been sure and alerted the bridge. I say that, but
Well, you got
I'd
scanners.
never seen a Romulan warbird up close. I was concerned enough to stop playing chess and just keep looking as we approached.
The treaty states that no unauthorized ships should cross. The
A
reality of
refit,
such violations depends on
Excelsior
each
class.
individual captain. To find an
Yeah,
intruder and
a Vulcan
engage
ship
would
isn't
start
bigger than a
a new
Fabian's.
war. To do nothing
a,
sets an alarming precedent. The neutral zone is a dangerous place at the best of times for both sides.
Then
No,
I knew
Romulan warbirds are
it
huge.
was the Romulans.
Like they are massive. They're bigger than the Enterprise D by far.
Ensign Reed to bridge. Romulan warbird directly ahead. Visual
I think they've
confirmation.
seen it.
The signal we picked up on was a byproduct of activating a prototype sensor jammer.
I'm starting to lose my crap.
Even once we were in the system, the bridge couldn't detect the ships directly in front of us.
Do fucking
The
something!
Romulan
Sorry.
ships are
Oh,
so
God.
large, and I have absolutely
Sorry,
amazing
sorry.
eyesight. Like, if there was a looking competition, I'd win gold.
Shut up and do
Okay, that
something!
Doesn't
Sorry.
sound quite as cool as it did in my head, but you know what I mean.
The Indianapolis stumbled
You've
upon
been
a
in
new
Scotland for
sensor
too
jammer
long,
test.
man. You're turning into
The
a Scottish
Ferengi
person.
ship was generating a
No,
focused
it's-
anti-neutron tunnel,
Just
which
get on with
created a
it.
blind spot for sensors.
Shoot something.
If the Indianapolis had not detected this test, the Romulans would have been able to bring entire fleets across the border at will.
I accessed a command panel and looked at the sensors. Nothing. So, I grabbed a tricorder from behind the bar and started scanning.
Because they got tricorders behind the bar.
Lack of
Yeah.
readings? Is that a thing? I was looking for clues as to what they were doing.
Hey, I have that toy.
That's when
That exact toy.
Romulan commanders
There you go,
are
there's your
trained to
pew-pews.
leave no evidence. They
Thank
were
you.
in a sensor-dead zone, and as such, they acted without hesitation.
their disruptors
shoot
hit
that then.
hard. A Constellation class is reliable, but no match for a ship like that. The second problem is that the Romulans knew that, and were just toying with us. Just disabling systems. I think the Romulan commander wanted a trophy.
Oh, come on. Fucking ads.
Just two.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
This wasn't a fight so much as a who can think of a plan first. My mind was going at warp 9, and then I noticed a particle echo. Okay, that doesn't necessarily make sense, but I saw something, and I had an idea. Was it going to work? I didn't know, but the bridge had their hands full and time was running out. So I
There's a
ran.
couple of people just sitting there having
Captain
a chat.
Keyes and her bridge crew were working to get their warp drive back online. Their plan may have worked, but if the Romulans had pursued them, the outcome could have been very different.
I know I should have called it in. I get that. Next time I will, but in the moment, running down the corridor, all I could think of was the solution, and my target, deflector control. I remembered something my brother Eric told me months ago. I tune out a lot of what he says. He's an engineer and sometimes talks another language. But I remembered what he said about anti-neutrons. If you need to nullify anti-neutrons, don't go complicated. Don't try and use a nadion field or lepton pulse. Just tap into the deflector and remodulate it. Work out the frequency, work it out precisely, then reverse the polarity of the neutron flow. If you've dialed in the math, it should work in one.
Of course. How simple is that?
It did.
Ensign Reed's ingenious solution overloaded the Ferengi's sensor jammer and disabled their ship.
What, the Ferengis are
Because
here?
of the reversal of neutron particles, a jet of said
Did they get
particles
hit?
were released. What started as a sensor dampener was now a giant flare to any ships in range.
It was my first battle. Of course, I'd done the Kobayashi Maru at the academy. I tried 6 times, see how far I could get.
I mean, every cadet
But
has to do the I've done the
they don't tell you
Kobayashi
about the
Maru.
adrenaline.
I'm really
Stood at a
desperately
console
trying
for
not to
hours.
smash my head against this
The
table
adrenaline
right
of a new
now.
discovery, amazing, but life or death? Galactic consequences? Once the battle was over, I couldn't calm down for so long. I had tingles, I had to go for a run around C-Deck. When it finally wore off, I crashed hard.
Of course you
I
did.
actually slept so long that I missed my alarm, missed Commander Sudan's comms. Someone actually had to come and wake me up because I was so out of it. I didn't get in much trouble, thankfully. In fact, I got an equal commendation for my actions and reprimand for not asking permission. Not sure what lesson I learned there, except it's a good idea to save the ship. So, what happened to the Ferengi and the device? Well, we had backup arrive the next day. We were ordered to keep the Ferengi in place, so the crew used the time to make repairs.
The Enterprise was dispatched as soon as the Indianapolis reported strange signals. They were carrying out an inspection of Outpost 11 and were able to respond immediately. With extensive experience dealing with the Ferengi, Captain Picard was able to
Of course,
speak
Captain
their
Picard was
language.
No, Enterprise. We don't want further trouble. Humans are said to have great mercy.
Oh,
We ask for
they've
safe
done the
passage
Superman
away from the
boots
neutral zone.
with
The
Captain Picard.
technology, however, has been destroyed, and all data corrupted.
Yeah, I didn't buy it either. But so long as the Romulans didn't get their hands on it, I think we all slept better that night. The next day, I was actually ordered to report to the Enterprise. Commander Data wanted to hear me describe my modifications as they were ordered chaos.
He's a robot!
The Enterprise. Commander Data, I mean, I geeked out.
Of course you did.
Fucking tweaked out.
For the love of God, how much money does Sam Cockings need?
It's never enough, man. He's a one-man corporation.
Commander Data? Ensign Laura Reed reporting. What a trip. Data's so smart. And funny. He doesn't even realise how funny. I only got an hour on the Enterprise, but I'm inspired. I don't know if I'd ever get a chance to serve aboard. I mean, it may be the Enterprise E before I'm good enough, but you could sense it. The professionalism, the love for what they do. Don't get me wrong, the Indianapolis is a great ship and crew, but I got a peek at the best of the best. And as I said, I'm inspired.
The Romulan Senate denies the events that took place in the Rutanic sector. The testimony of Ensign Reed, along with the Indianapolis crew, are the primary record to these events.
It was an awakening to the dangers of what we do. But despite that, despite the fear and risks, it's still worth it. I just hope that soon, people like the Romulans will be allies, and we won't need to risk our lives like this. We're out here to boldly go, not fire phasers. That's my great takeaway.
Yeah, boss man.
Get the ambassadors back to Romulus. Or Ambassador Spock. He's meant to be there. We need to move on and work together. Not just for the Federation, not just for the Romulan Empire, but for everyone. There are forces in the galaxy who can't be reasoned with, and only together can we keep everyone safe. Wow, that wasn't half bad. I hope you were recording that? Yeah? Okay, glad to hear it.
The lines of communications are always open with Romulus. It is up to them to take up the challenge and see if another, greater peace can be achieved. This has been a Memory Alpha documentary, and we want to thank Ensign Reed for sharing her story.
Okay, Zam was right.
I was right.
You were right. They didn't show the what's it called at the end? The person she was talking to at the end. All right, so let me get this off of here. All right.
Credit scene?
Nope, I already checked.
Okay.
Bossman, what did you think?
Goddamn fucking boring. That's what I thought of it. Sneeze fest alert. Fucking dreadful. That's what I thought of it. Right, go on. What do you think, Sam? Sorry.
You must have more to say than that.
Fuck off is what I have to say to that. That's what
Okay.
fuck right off. Right, sorry.
All right.
Sorry, I'm cross. Sorry.
All right, I'm going to try and do as little as possible on shitting on Sam Cockings today. Even though
I'll do it for you.
He constantly asks for money all the fucking time, which is one of the reasons why I stopped watching Trickyards. Once again, though, I always admire his work as a visual effects artist. He is arguably the best one I've seen in the Star Trek universe, in Star Trek fan film universe. That is, like the visuals once again superb, top notch. But he has this style of making fan films which I fucking hate, and it's this style right here. We just listen to one person babble on. It would have been much better if Emma Thorne was facing the camera and doing a log, like an ensign's log, and explaining what happened. But no, she's talking to somebody who's off screen, who we don't know who the fuck she's talking to. And I wish Sam would, who has this, by the looks of the intro of the pre-credit scene where we see this large selection of actors who have been in his fan films. I wish he would get a few of them together and make an ensemble where they're all bouncing off each other instead of this one person just chatting shit for 15 minutes. And it honestly, I just don't like this fucking style. I don't like what he does when it comes to this style. It's a shame that somebody who's so talented at creating visuals can't fucking create engaging stories and with multiple people communicating with each other. This style is fucking bollocks, and every time he does a style like this, I'm going to criticize it because I fucking hate it. But yeah, that's what I've got to say.
Well, I thought from the very beginning that since they said it was a documentary, I knew exactly what we were getting into. So I guess I just had no high expectations on, what it was going to be. I actually enjoyed this a lot. I thought that this was great. The great visuals for what it was. As I said, this wasn't a Star Trek adventure. This was a documentary. It said it right in the beginning. So sorry, but I knew exactly what we were getting into. It's actually harkens back to the original fan film me and Zam ever reacted to. That was also a documentary. And although we have perfected our craft over these past couple years, I still go back to that fan film and say that it's not a bad fan film, even though Zam thought it was crap. But still, and I don't know if Zam thinks it's crap anymore. He hasn't watched it since then, more than likely. But with that all being said, this was a documentary. I knew exactly what we were getting into from the beginning. So I actually enjoyed this fan film a lot. And you know me, I'm a whore for Starship lore. So can't help it there. So I guess I will start with the markings. And I am going to give this outing an 8. Bossman?
Okay. I'll do 3 different markings. For
No, one marking. What are you talking about? 3 different markings?
I'll put them all together, right? So,
okay.
Visual marking 7. Emma Thorne, she's a 6. She's doing what she's asked to do. The story -3. So I'll put those together and I'll give it a 4. And that's being generous.
Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay.
All right.
You're allowed your opinion. and you're allowed to be wrong. Sympathizer Zam, where are you at?
No, no sympathizing from me. I know this is supposed to be a documentary, but this is pretty much everything we've seen from these motherfuckers. You know, regardless of it being a documentary, this is their style. And calling a documentary doesn't disguise the fact that they always do it this fucking way anyway. And this fucking way, I think, is bullshit. You know, there's nothing worse than just somebody talking to nobody and them just being the only person in the fucking fan film. I dislike the style so fucking much. I really do. It's a shame that something that is so visually appealing is so poor when it comes to story. And you know, the performance of Emma was great. She's a natural for this sort of stuff, and I would love to see her in the Avalon universe. To tell you the truth, I think they should snap her up and get her away from someone like Sam. You know, for sure. But other than that, I just don't enjoy this stuff. I don't enjoy the way it is, like the layout of it. I never have, and I'm also going to give it a very generous 4 out of 10. Once again, visually, I'm blown away. I really am. I'm absolutely blown away. This is so beautiful to fucking look at. Yet it can still be so fucking shit, and that's what amazes me. But it's not going to get a middle of the road mark. It's going to get below average. 4 out of 10.
Okay. Well, everyone out there in YouTube land, let us know what you think down below. The fan film will be in the description. We don't really have to talk much about Power 543 films because we've talked about them a couple times before already, especially earlier this week. So with that all being said, if you like this fan film and you haven't subscribed to them yet, please go down. Please support these fan film creators. They only have about 11,500 subscribers. I feel like they deserve more. These guys probably think they deserve less, but that's okay because you...
don't get me wrong. I think they deserve more. I just have issues with Sam Cockins constantly asking people for money all the time when they should just give you money when they want to give you money instead of you fucking scrounging for every penny of these motherfuckers because you feel you have the right to, which is not the case. Just fucking make good stuff and don't ask people for money and they'll give you money regardless. That's my problem.
Okay.
With him individually. That's it.
So with that all being said, everybody, we do have one more fan film on the road here down the Emma Thorne playlist
Trilogy
thing that we're going to be doing. Emma Thorne week. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing the week.
The trilogy.
Yeah, the trilogy. So with that all being said, everybody, thank you very much. If you liked our stuff, please like down below, comment, and don't give us any money because Zam does not want it. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Catch you later.